All right. Again, adventurers, and welcome to another exciting episode of Tears of the Realms. Yes, this is our homebrewed Cypher system powered Legend of Zelda tabletop RPG. And the people below me are the
Tired.
people that all woke up. Kind of.
Yep.
Anyone,
Hey guys, we woke up. Yay.
Almost.
Dottie, what time
Wake
zone
up.
are you in?
Gotta brush a little makeup.
Who?
Dottie, the
Dottie?
only one I don't know.
Central.
Okay.
Yeah, best time.
So that's
No.
a
Pacific is the
little
perfect
far
time.
Incorrect.
to wake
The
up.
perfect standard time.
Meanwhile, the rest of
So-
us are like, I think I have to wake up and get out of bed early on Saturdays, and I do on weekdays.
I have to get out of work.
At the same time.
I'm at work at like 7:45, but for some reason on Saturdays I never wake up.
It's that weekend
So-
mentality.
It is.
Announcements. Do we have cool stuff happen from ZU? If you guys missed it last week, ZU was at PAX Prime. That was cool. Or not
We're
Prime,
at PAX
East.
East.
It's one of PAX's.
We did 2 panels there. They went well. One was streamed on the PAX 2 channel. The other was streamed on the Zelda Universe TV channel.
I also
Um,
heard that there was a Metroid panel.
Yes, that was the real star of PAX East, honestly. There was a Metroid
Yeah.
panel, also streamed on PAX 2, available on the PAX YouTube channel. And it was very good.
Very cool. We also had the ZU podcast. The most recent episode went up. It's been at least 3 or 4 weeks at this point, but I'm on it and it's fun. And we talk about the Zelda movie. So go check it out.
Give us a sneak peek, a taste of one of your hot takes about the Zelda movie that they can hear more of on the podcast.
Let's see. We talked about one of the things we all kind of thought about was what does the Zelda movie need to be a Zelda, a good Zelda movie? And we were kind of trying to figure out, if we wanted something that was more kind of based in the Breath of the Wild style of Zelda or something a little bit older. We all decided we did not want an Ocarina of Time movie because that's Ocarina of Time has just been done over and over again. The consensus
There's already
was,
an Ocarina of Time movie.
Yeah, it's called Ocarina of Time.
I think it's called Hero of Time, actually.
The consensus was we would really love a Twilight Princess movie. Because as far as like storytelling in general, like Twilight Princess is pretty peak storytelling for
So you guys
for the
wanted
Zelda
a
series.
movie based off a existing game.
Well, something in that style. But if you want to hear more of our ideas about it, you should probably listen to the podcast.
Available on every podcast platform ever invented.
Except YouTube for some odd reason.
Except YouTube.
Yeah. Other cool stuff going on recently. Do we have anything upcoming for ZU at all?
I don't believe so at the current moment.
This is riveting stuff, guys. Absolutely just...
Well, I mean, they just got done with PAX East, so give them
Yeah,
some
last
time.
week.
That would
Give
be
them some time.
That would be an excuse if this wasn't the case every morning when we got on stream. We'd be like, "Is there anything happening for Zelda Universe?" We'd be like, "I don't know, maybe."
Zelda, does that site still exist? Do we do things? Yeah. So yeah, cool stuff going there. Tabletop RPG stuff. The newest Essence 20 book came out. It's a Transformers book. It's all about combiners. So Transformers that come together like a Megazord. I liked it. I made a review of it.
Turn into combines.
Yeah, it's entirely about harvesting wheat.
It's a farm simulator.
Absolutely. They have changed the Transformers tabletop RPG into Farm Sim 2024.
I feel like that would do
available
really
on
well,
Nintendo
actually.
Switch.
I would. I'm waiting for someone to contact the people that make Stardew
Yeah,
to create
crossover.
a TTRPG out of it. I mean, they've got combat, they've got social stuff, they got exploration. That's the three pillars of RPGs right there.
You
So
can do it. Just call it something like Moon Mist or something.
well, because
Moon
Stardew is
Harvest.
independent, is independent. I was thinking like they'd probably be nicer than like the people that own Harvest Moon or something like that.
Harvest Dew.
Harvest Dew
Star
or
Moon.
Story of Seasons.
You gotta add the lunar part in there.
Star Moon.
Yeah.
I want another
Star
Star
Moon
Fox
Valley.
game. So yeah,
Star
cool
Fox
stuff
Valley.
there. Any other super awesome stuff going on?
You ran out.
No.
It's raining here, and I don't like it.
Since I have been on for a while, if you happen to be in the Bay Area at the end of May, and you want to see me do things on stage, you should see South Bay Music Theaters play a production of Mary Poppins that I'm in. That is
Just-
selling out.
Just to clarify, when he says do things on stage, he's specifically talking about acting.
Yes.
Like if you're expecting him to do other things on stage, it's a different show.
It's not a stand-up show.
I don't know what to expect anytime I go see them on stage. So
I'll be waiting for the slime tutorial.
If I can get one,
Please.
make no guarantees.
So yeah. Oop, Void Floof coming.
what?
Where?
That way.
Oh,
Possibly to be a little bitch.
always.
You say
That's what the
possibly.
Calcifer does.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
if we don't have
nice.
any more announcer moments,
No, so this is going to be a lazy weekend where I play video
apparently.
games.
If anyone cares, I've been a daily vlogger for like almost 100 days now, so that's a cool thing.
Jody's like, this is me, if
Most
you
of it
even
is
care.
not worth watching, but that's a cool thing that I've done. All right, I've vamped enough for Jack to get back. So this is the most low energy I've ever seen us. Normally we're cracking jokes and
I am
But
always
okay.
this low energy,
Oh.
Jody.
yes, but the rest of us aren't.
I am on the tail end of salmonella poisoning.
Well, I mean that's not fun.
But I'm here.
And we're very happy to have you.
And
we're
you were
happy
gonna
to have
do
all of you.
you were gonna do stuff today.
I had to. Literally like until the rain rained us out. It was the only time I was gonna be able to get my badge before it actually starts. So now they gotta figure out something different. No, buddy, don't.
Yes, but you do.
So it was going to be I'd have to go early in the morning and then leave as soon as possible. I'm not horrible. It's just still definitely not fully gone yet.
Not enough to crack dad jokes every 2 minutes.
Sold. Done.
No, not right now.
Yeah.
Wait, I found my
I'll
book.
get there.
I got this.
I also
you
can't
don't-
have caffeine right now
You don't have to get there. It's okay.
Oh, that sucks.
because when you have intestinal issues, you should not, put something like caffeine in.
Have you? I would normally never recommend this for anyone ever, but have you tried doing a placebo effect and drinking decaf?
We don't have decaf in this house. That's a sacrilege.
That's
Besides,
okay. That's a
decaf
good
is still-
policy.
Besides, decaf is still really acidic for your stomach.
Yeah.
It's actually more acidic than regular coffee because how they have to process it to make it become
But
decaffeinated.
it doesn't
Yeah.
have caffeine though, which is the problem.
Yeah,
right?
but the
It's
acidity is
acidic.
also the problem. Like I'm
so
literally
you can't
eating
have orange juice
plain.
either.
Nope. I'm eating
Yeah.
like plain rice and
Rice and
Stuff
water
like
diet
that.
for the next 5
Oatmeal.
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, the brat
It's-
diet. That's what it is.
Yeah.
What?
Bread, rice.
Bread, rice.
Oh,
I
that's
feel
an actual
Education.
thing. Okay.
Apricots and
bread, rice, applesauce, and toast.
Yes. Okay. I
Applesauce.
was like, I think it is an apple. I do have applesauce.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have some applesauce this morning.
Bread
Brat diet
and toast
Hungry.
are the same thing.
and toast. No,
one's just hot.
no. Then I said it wrong. What is it? Bread, rice, applesauce, and
Tequila.
yes.
Bananas,
rice.
rice, applesauce. and
Bananas.
Hell yeah.
rice. There we go.
Hell yeah.
I love me
I don't
some
think I would
bananas.
want to
Rice.
have tequila and bananas. Like that just sounds like a really bad combination.
I'd do it.
Well, if you got the right tequila, I bet you could find a good tiki drink that uses it.
Maybe.
Bananas and rum, however.
Oh, look at that beautiful kitty. All right, sir.
Bianchi, thank you for being a good dog this morning.
My dogs are downstairs.
Everybody
Mine is
has
approximately
little
5 feet
furry
behind me.
friends, and I don't. I mean, I found a furry friend recently, but they were dead, and we had a pest exterminator come
Oh.
to deal with it. But
Why are blacksmiths hipsters?
What?
Because they shape metal before it's cool.
Wow.
yeah,
And
jokes.
it begins, Elias.
I just
You
remembered
slowly
I have
watch
to go- I have
Elias
to go
lose
buy
that
a
last
ticket
grain of
early or
sanity.
something, and I have to leave right at this moment. I'm so sorry. Goodbye.
I quit.
Why aren't koalas actual bears?
Stop
They lack the koalification.
this.
Ha ha!
Okay. I'll put it down. Hold on.
Elias's head is just going to implode upon
I
itself.
think,
You're the one who said dad jokes.
as in being thankful that they're not happening.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that part. All I heard was dad jokes.
Yeah.
I was like, I got you.
Selective hearing. I see.
I didn't have my headphones on yet. I just heard dad jokes. Like I know those words.
There's a couple things that Chax, when she hears them, she just focuses on them. Cabbages, dad
Cabbage.
jokes,
Didn't you
murdering
have
horses
a
in Breath of the Wild.
Dad joke
You know?
redemption on your channel too.
Yes.
Yes, it was
Dad
amazing.
jokes. Oh, I love 'em. Dad jokes. Can't get enough of 'em. Ooh,
Apparently, it had its own
dad
theme
jokes
song
for
too.
me.
Yeah.
It's from Prairie Home Companion.
Ah, yes.
Oh, I haven't heard of that in a fur piece.
Yeah.
It's
Well, now that we have everyone here, and
Historical.
hopefully more people aren't going to run away,
historical.
it is
hometown.
time for us to return to Tears of the Realms. The Tear Walkers have discovered conflict. After arriving in the world of the Minish, the Tear Walkers met a new friend named Fubari. And they discovered a strange sickness had been infecting the Minish, dubbed the Shadow Sickness. People would be overcome by shadows and remain unconscious. Fubari decided to
Girl
take the
thing.
group to the nearest Minish settlement to hopefully find more information, and so that the Tear Walkers could eventually find the major tier of this realm. When they arrived, they found no one there. They found an evacuation order. And so they decided to take the journey to the large central Forest Minish encampment. Along the way, they started discovering more strange teardrops had started appearing. They eventually found their way to the capital, Sissa City, which was locked up shut tight and barricaded. After climbing the walls and finding ways inside, they eventually were able to discover the remaining Minish and found that the forest Minish had blamed the shadow plague on the town Minish. After having a quick conversation with the leaders of the Forest Minish, they discovered that there was a central temple that might have the answer, but unfortunately, the Forest Minish alone couldn't open it. And now, the party must discover a way to open this temple and hopefully find a cure for this sickness. So, it's been a little bit of time since we were here last, and my brain doesn't always work as well as I would like
The only important part is that Curie became a god.
it.
A messiah.
Sorry, Curie became a messiah.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd only
it-
speak for God. That's all.
Your PR.
Minishaya?
I'm God's PR.
Oh, yeah.
The
So,
Minishaya. That's
What was
pretty
the
good.
question, Jody?
I haven't asked anything yet. We're discussing the finer points of philosophy and religion.
Angelic rank.
Oh, I totally owned him because he was Chinese.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
like,
we got to-
"They're
we
Agent
got to talk
Savati,"
about-
and then she read his mind and be like, "Actually, here's what you want to hear."
We got to talking about the problem of evil and did a little philosophizing.
Oh,
Tried
yeah,
to do a
that-
little false
forgot about that.
equivalency, and I was like, okay, but what if Una reverse use it against you? And he was like, clammed up and left. With
Real
his tail
quick,
between his legs.
Fubari from Imp of My Head. A reward for a pun. Take a reroll token.
Do you make a pun
Thank you, Im.
just now?
Yeah, the Minishaya.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I totally blacked out when that happened.
So,
Why don't you appreciate Dottie's art?
I do. I'm just going to stop talking now.
Oh no.
Wow, my brain is just gone, guys. You have no idea.
See, you're
So-
tired too.
I haven't slept since yesterday.
Which
so-
means you're tired.
I've been
I
sleeping
was
at 2-hour intervals, and I only got to eat for the first time in like 6 days yesterday.
So the very last, the very last time that we played, I think right before we cut this session, it was right after the conversation between Ino and the Chancellor, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
So, as of right now, you guys are still in the capital, in the kind of central council chambers. What would you all like to do?
We were given a mission to go unlock the temple because Ino said we could, right? Or something? Am I remembering that right?
Yeah, I mean, slightly more complex than that, but that's the basics of it.
And then Dottie was supposed to lead us there and was given authority to ask for anything in town. Or in the settlement. Sorry, town's a bad word here. But the symbol that Ino saw that was unactivated was vaguely associated with the town Minish. So
Yeah, it was the logical, hey, if the forest minish have a seal, and there are 2 types of minish, we have 1 seal we don't know what it is. Logically, if we extrapolate.
Fubari, did you tell us your connection there of like whenever you thought back to the symbol and seeing it in like a book randomly in Town Minish somewhere, or did you keep that to yourself?
I believe I relayed that information.
Okay. Probably not from the Chancellor, I'm assuming.
Probably not.
Yeah, okay. All right. I think my brain is now in the right place. Getting all the facts in order.
Yeah, it's just very tired blob of role players right now.
Right. That'll do its thing eventually. Our
I
brains will kick in.
propose that we all
Already?
get 2 hours of sleep exactly.
You can't tell me what to do.
I'm only getting 1.45.
I have so many questions of how you got to the 4-5.
Fast math.
Don't think about it.
We're 37 minutes in.
Shax has a meter.
So is the location of this temple a common knowledge thing among the Minish, or is this like a secret location?
It is not common knowledge amongst the Minish.
Can you give us
You,
a map?
however, because of your Splorin nature, haven't been to the temple specifically, but you know kind of the rough location of it, and it's been described to you. So you know how to get there. You just haven't been there before.
Okay.
For the rest of the Minish, it's effectively been purposefully lost in history. Like they purged the location for any text and things like that to keep it hidden.
Mm-hmm.
But the counselors and the chancellor specifically know its location, and you would assume somebody on the Town Minish side would know it as well. But so what do you all want to do?
Right? She's going to be constantly snickering that Aino has become a messiah. Just like randomly breaking out into little cackles.
Where if we wanted to go look for a seal of the Town Minish, I'm assuming we need to go to town.
Well, I think we have 2 options. That's one of them, and we can for sure figure out what the deal is behind it. But we also have a strong assumption that because Fubari's from town, maybe she'll be able to open the seal herself. But
because he didn't have any. He wasn't opening it with something. He was just.
He was just, I don't know, touching it. I don't know. You read his mind. You tell us.
No, I'm asking Jody.
No.
The description that was given to you was there was effectively kind of a ritual that was performed by the chancellor to attempt to open it. When he performed the ritual, one of the seals started glowing. The ritual itself, it's a little bit more complicated than just like going there. Like there's kind of pre-work that has to be done with the population, kind of like spirit bomb, lend me your energy kind of thing. And then
So that to me means we do need to go talk to the other Minish.
Yep.
Possibly.
That yes.
I am open to other ideas. This is just me trying desperately to problem solve
No, I
through
think you're right.
a lot of muck.
Because I had completely forgotten about that detail, if I ever knew it.
It's a good thing that this dungeon is entirely puzzle-based. How good are you guys at logic problems involving Timmy, Billy, Jim, and Larry all ran a race?
It doesn't matter because
At
Kiri's
9
going to
in
break
the
it
morning?
anyway.
Yeah, that's
Completely
true.
ignore the question and break it
You know,
anyway. It does
you
not
know
matter.
what's terrible is I was literally about to go, oh, I know this one. You shoot them all through the neck.
Case in point.
Exhibit A.
Who got first place in the race?
None
All
of
of
them.
them did because they were all dead. Hi
Sorry.
there.
You shoot them all through the neck?
All right, so how far away is the temple
Oh,
from?
because it's
like,
soft
the
enough that
area
if
that
you
we're
lined
at?
them all up, you'd only need one bullet. Assuming you had a high enough caliber. Like, you couldn't probably do it with like a 22 or something, but
The way you just know that.
She's a writer. She has to do a lot of random research.
I do.
Uh,
FBI, I'm not trying to murder anybody.
Yeah, if the temple's on the way to the town, it might be good to pit stop. Otherwise,
Yeah.
So, as far as like where the temple is, if you would think like the Forest Minish stuff is over here and the Town Minish stuff is over here, the temple would be way up here. So kind of
Triangulate.
equidistant between them, but relatively far north. Based on your understanding, Kubari, you think it'll probably take, depending on what you guys run into, at least 2 or 3 days from where you are now to get to the Forest Minish Temple.
Okay.
Or the Temple of the Minish, that's what it is. And to get to town, it'll take about the same kind of equidistant triangle kind of thing right now. So 2-3 days to get to kind of the outside of Hyrule Castle town, which is where the large amount of town Minish live.
Okay. Fubari's a little bit concerned that her spell casting is involved because she failed all those classes.
Oh no.
She's good at building things, but spell casting not so much.
So, what do you all want to do? Again, you've also been given kind of permission to, for lack of a better term, conscript any goods you guys think would be helpful to you as well. So, if there are
Do they have
supplies that you
muffins?
think, yes, you can definitely get muffins.
All right, I'm searching for the muffins.
All right. Oh wait, was it scones in the last tier that we got?
Yes. It was scones.
I would like
'Cause
to
we knocked
find
over
a
the cart.
scone and compare them.
Due to the kind of refugee status of the city right now, muffins are kind of difficult to find, but still possible. You haven't been able to find any scones.
Purses.
All right, I don't want to say this. Too
Maybe
loud,
town,
but
maybe
I think
the town Minish will have.
is gonna really hook us up with scones. Sorry, I know. Was there something you wanted to say? I just was speculating.
No, you can speculate about scones if you want. I'm going to head towards city. Because staying here, not going to help us.
Yeah, but we're just now getting out of the council chamber. We're just talking about.
No,
our
I
next
know.
step.
I know. But your next move is apparently about muffins.
No, that's
Well,
her next move.
supplies.
Mine was going to be about scones, but I haven't found any yet.
Oh, I'm so sorry. The scones.
Okay, we have to eat in order to get going, unless you want to starve on the way.
I've never done it before.
You've never eaten before?
No, I've never starved.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's not fun.
It's
I'll
really
tell you
not.
that
probably
much.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, is there anything we think we need in particular?
I mean, we just got here, so I'm assuming we had already packed up some kind of provisions and
You
in our-
guys would have, based on what happened in your last mission, part of your supplies was roughly a week's worth of rations. Because last time you were gone for, I think it's like 3 or 4 days. So they figured it wouldn't be the worst idea to just have a week's worth of rations on you. So it took you guys the better part of a day to get here, and to get to the city is going to take you another 2 to 3. So you, with
Let's
what you
refill our
brought with you,
rations.
you would have more than enough to get to the city.
And then, yeah, I don't know. If we can't think of anything specific we might need, I guess maybe we ask about the forest minish side of the ritual, see if any like components or stuff were used, just in case it comes up.
Sure. The chancellor has left and is doing
okay with that.
other stuff, but you're able to talk to the rest of the council.
Oh.
And effectively what you're told is there is a sacred staff that the currently elected chancellor is required to kind of wield, and they have some somatic components to it. And before it can be taken there, it has to receive, a blessing from the people of the Forest Minish.
Okay.
So there's what happened before was there was kind of a meeting, everyone got real excited about it, and they performed the blessing in front of the entire population, and then he went off and did it.
Is this like a specific staff, or is it?
It's a very
Purpose-
specific staff.
Mhm.
They keep it in the council chambers normally.
Thank you, Councilman. Your insights have been a great help. Bye.
Does Fubari know if the city Minish have a similar staff-like object that they keep?
To your knowledge, the city Minish are
Probably what we have to look for.
significantly more splintered, I guess you would say. There's not as much of like a quote unquote kind of governing body of the city Minish. Each different kind of household is their own kind of group.
And alike in dignity, in fair town Minish where we set our towns.
Absolutely. And
I don't know why my brain
every
went
so
in
often, if
Forever
there
Roma,
is
what
something
would I
that
ever seen?
requires multiple households to kind of work together, one member of each household, generally the head of the household, will go to a meeting to talk about things, and you personally have never been involved in that.
Okay.
So
Is there like a hierarchy among the households, or is this kind of a?
they're akin to kind of city states.
Okay.
None of them are really kind of higher or lower, and a lot of them are very kind of insulated against others. So you knew of a couple other households, and by household I don't mean like a single family. Like you would probably have like
Mhm.
maybe half a dozen different actual families that all lived in the same house, and so you had that, and then you knew of specifically like 2 other households that were near enough that you guys traded and stuff every so often. But overall, there's probably like 3 or 4 dozen households in total for the town Minish.
Okay. Is the state of things between those households fairly congenial, or is there?
There's no animosity or anything like that, but due to kind of the secrecy necessary to live amongst the Hylians, generally you only reach out to another household under not really dire circumstances, but only under specific circumstances, I guess I should say. So it's not that there's any animosity or anything, everybody likes their secrecy. So there's not a ton of inter-household communications.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
And real quickly, Zariah from Imp is going to get a teardrop. And I've got to open up my list.
I'm looking forward
That's
to
good
how
because I used my last one to blow up a door.
You did. It was awesome.
I need more bomb things.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to see how Jody justifies a teardrop that causes shadow curses appearing in the middle of the safe town.
All right, give me a second to open up my list here. Game mastery, ciphers. On my list. Okay, so. And then I need my d10s.
Why does Soraya get the baked good teardrop? We're looking for muffins and scones.
Because I had the memory of the scone. You just had a vague question.
All right, so Zariah, real quick, go ahead and roll me a d6.
Okay.
I just thought it was because I like you more than me, but
Probably. Because the dad jokes. 4.
You get a 4? Okay, cool. You
Yay!
are let's do some narration. So as you guys go off looking for muffins and things like that, Zariah, as you're kind of going around with everyone as they're looking for yummy food type things, you notice there is a particular muffin that is kind of sequestered away from the rest, and looking at it, it's something just seems kind of different about it. And as you get close to it, your tear walking gem starts to kind of glow, and you realize that this muffin seems to be some sort of manifestation of a teardrop. As you get closer to it, you kind of make an inquiry of, "Hey, what's this?" And the baker goes, "I've never seen a muffin like that before in my entire life." And so
Quite
you kind of go,
skilled.
can I have it? I'm like, I don't want it. And so as you pick it up, you get a muffin of shock attack.
Oh my god.
It is a level 4 cipher, and I'm going
it's got a lot
to
of lemon in it.
Yeah.
post the
Bleeding
description.
yellow.
Yeah, it's very lemony. I'm going to post the description in the Roll20 chat. But effectively, for the next day, each time the user strikes a solid creature or object, the attack generates a burst of electricity, inflicting, in this case, 2 points of additional damage.
Oh, I know, right? So right now it's kind of like that's a little bit of an I know merge, but I also feel like it's more of a Zolta merge starting to happen.
Yeah, definitely. So basically, once you eat it, because that's what we're going to say, once you eat it for the next day, you get Sparky.
Yay!
Yes.
Does that mean I can hold a key without getting shocked?
I was going to ask about a key, actually. With current Jolteon key. If a key is sort of part of Ino, does that mean a key can theoretically eat the muffin and become supercharged? I'm just thinking out loud here, sorry.
I mean, if you guys want to see a mega evolution of a key, Leon.
Trying to make it look like I'm looking up at you. I don't know.
I'm sure none of the evolutions have ever had a mega or a super form or anything, have they? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
They're too cute. Why would they make them look awesome?
Valid point. So anyway, yeah. So that is complete.
Complete.
So anything else, you guys? Let's go full Digimon. Let's get weird and see the fox evolve. See what happens with Digimon is a key would evolve into like a fox human hybrid that had like metal knuckles and like belts everywhere, because that's how Digimon works.
Oh, it's
I'm
so
pretty
true,
sure I
though.
just heard someone start the fan art.
I like Digimon. They're cool.
Okay, I guess before we head out, can I look around for other stuff to put in my pockets? Just random
Absolutely.
things.
Yes.
If there's anything, is there anything in particular that you're kind of looking for?
Like building materials. Stuff like
Sure.
random stuff. Anything that's shiny, anything that looks like I could make something out of it.
My brain
Lint.
went lighters, knives. Like,
Yeah. My
Uh,
pockets are not heavy enough.
Due to the fact that we haven't really had a whole lot of rolling yet, why don't you make me a power check?
Okay.
And I'm gonna look up your
Proprioception
character sheet
feedback.
real quick here.
I have 11.
Because I'm just checking to see your skills that you have. You don't have any skills. We should get you skills.
Oh no.
Oh wait, no.
Oh, rip.
You're trained in climbing and swimming. I just haven't
You don't
put
have
those in the
any
other spot.
skills.
No, she's
so rude,
skilled in-
Jody. Everyone has skills. You just have to find them.
seeing a lot of disadvantage in your future, and disadvantage doesn't exist in the Cypher system. So,
But it will just for you.
so yeah, why don't you go ahead and make me a power roll?
12.
12. Cool. So yeah, as you're kind of looking around, one of the things that's been happening a lot in the Sissa City is they've been kind of putting up these various barricades to try and ensure that if any infected people do make it into the city, they can't make it to the populace. And the barricades started off being built mostly with kind of like thorny vines and things like that, but they started running low. Surprisingly enough, they don't keep a lot of, thorny vines inside the city. And so they had to start kind of making other things, and people started doing things like, breaking furniture so that it could be used as things. And so as you're kind of walking around, you find these piles of what used to be furniture. And you just decide, ooh, that looks useful. And you took a few pieces of broken furniture and some duct tape.
Okay. Add that to my list.
Jody, you gave her magic?
Well, the Minish equivalent of duct tape, which is basically like slug slime on baking paper.
Amazing.
It's very early, people. Or late. I don't know anymore. Anything else you guys want to do before you head out?
No, I've just been wanting to go find
Good.
those town guys.
All right. So,
Well, do we need to go get the stuff from the elder?
I think we need to find a city staff. But if they need to happen at the same time, we might need to come back for the chancellor and be like, you need to come with us, bring the staff.
well, speaking of that,
So do we have to bring
the
him?
chancellor,
I don't know.
the chancellor has basically informed you guys
I think he can disappear.
he will start preparing the ritual necessary to bless the staff here,
Are we?
and then we'll meet you guys at the temple.
Is there anyone we could basically get a could someone jot down what that ritual sort of entails, so we know what we're looking for?
Looking for a staff that has to be blessed by the people that
With-
are around it.
With knowing how persuasive Aino is, and the fact that she's now a messiah-like figure, I'm gonna just say, while everyone else was looking for muffins, you went to
That
the
tracks.
I
library,
was looking for a scout.
and after making friends with one of the kind of lesser librarians that no one ever talks to,
Oh.
they actually gave you a history book that actually details the history behind the ritual, and it
Oh,
doesn't
brilliant.
have the actual ritual in it because that's a guarded secret.
Yeah.
But there's enough there that you can figure out how it's supposed to work,
All right. I
and
feel
they let
very
you keep
smart.
that book. So you have a little Minish history, more like Minish myths and legends book.
I understand that when I get back, this is going to be so small in comparison, but I am very happy. It's going to go on a very small shelf in the library.
I can now see you making like a little matchbox shelf just for all the Minish books.
You finally make it make it back to the library. Go, you guys are not going to believe this. Look at this. It's little square pieces of card. No, they're books. Like this is like the Encyclopedia Hyrulica, but it fits in my palm.
I love tiny things. I love books. It's great. All right, so we should get going if we got all our things.
I didn't find scones, but I don't think any are here, so I'm ready to find some town scones. I can't really explain why I was
Hell
having
hath no
lips.
fury like an Adesh sconed.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
And with that, you guys set off on your next adventure. So, on the brain just does not like me right now. So as you guys just start setting off, you with Fubari, you're able to avoid most of the dangers of the forest. You guys run into where you nearly run into an anthill, and Fubari is able to kind of direct you around it, so you don't have to deal with any of the worker
that's what I was
ants.
gonna do before.
What?
I was gonna see if there were any ants that we could have for writing.
If you'd like to do that, you can. I'll say Fubari, this is not a skill you currently possess, but you've heard legends of Minish eventually domesticating some ants to serve as mounts. So, if this is a route you guys would like to go on, I'm more than happy. Real quick, I know, thank you for coming to Imp's Puns for Reroll's gift exchange. Take a reroll token.
Hey, I feel love.
If it's gonna be a
Feel loved.
whole like training montage, then I won't push it. But I would.
It wouldn't
like
be
to just
a training
learn
montage, but it's going
about
to require rolls and things like that.
up to you.
Buttered or like
Scones.
dinner or but that's not a roll, my love.
It rolls though. Trust me on
well.
this. They do.
Okay.
They keep their balance and go fast.
I think it really depends on how they're made.
I was about to say it depends on the type of scone.
Because I'm used to like the little triangle-y shaped ones. I'm like, that's not gonna roll super well.
But there
I'll
are
try.
some what are they called? The ones that like the more Scottish style scones that are made with the baking soda.
That's fair.
Those tend to be a little bit more blobby.
There you go. That's fair.
So, did you want to try and get your ant mount?
If it won't take too much time in real life.
Domesticate the ant. Domesticate the ant.
So
You're just like, you've heard legends. It's maybe possible in theory. I'm just like, that sounds like it's gonna take a lot.
I'm like, go for
And
it.
we were already on the
that's
way.
all I need. So, as you guys are going past this, or getting close to this anthill, you guys start seeing a lot more insect activity, and the insects themselves are very, very large. Ants are the size of like draft horses. And as you guys are going, you notice that Adesh seems to be very kind of observant as you guys are going. He keeps kind of looking around, and sometimes he'll wander off a little bit, not far enough to be out of sight, but he'll go and then he'll come back. And eventually you guys can see a clearing coming up. And Fubari, you recognize that this clearing is where one or the largest entrance to the anthill is in this particular area. And these ants themselves are just kind of regular old black worker ants or carpenter ants, whatever those kind of ants are called. But you know that if you get too close to the nest, some of the workers can get a little bit upset and either try to defend against you or see you as something that might be tasty and attempt to take you to the food room. So you're kind of directing people away from it. You start noticing that Adesh seems somewhat fixated on the anthill. Adesh, as you look, you can see worker ants coming out and going in at a pretty regular pace. And you see a few that are right around the size of kind of a larger horse that you think with the right saddle, you might be able to ride this thing.
Hey, Fubari?
Yes.
Good question. If one were to craft a saddle from Minish materials, what would that look like?
What is the thought that is in your brain? I have concern.
The thought is, how do I make a saddle out of materials you're used to making saddles with?
We have leaf. We
Okay.
have vine. You can
Vine.
sow leaf with vine. And make cushion?
Okay. Okay.
But you need to be careful because and not friendly and wild animal. Careful, do not go too close to entrance to house because they will not like.
Right. I don't want to go into their house. No, that would be suicide.
We know
I think
like
we're on the same page. Yeah. No, we're
okay,
we're good.
okay. Yes.
Isn't
Is this
even anything lost to translation.
Nothing
It's just
whatsoever.
two people having two very different conversations.
Yep.
I just okay.
Why you want saddle?
Yeah, no, it's just I figured if we had a chance of getting around faster, the saddle would be a primary component for that.
He's
Okay.
volunteering to be a pony.
Is
I
that,
help.
Is that no? If you know how to make a saddle from like this leaf and that vine, then you
Pubadi
do
can
that.
make anything. Pubadi make all things.
Okay, this sounds like a great opportunity for a lunch break. So maybe we can work on that on a lunch
DIY
break.
queen. DIY queen.
I will provide saddle making support to Fubari in however way, shape, or form I can.
Hey. Fubari.
You guys
Why
imagine
don't
just the
you-
Minish Messiah riding in on an ant?
This is like Dune all over again.
You're like
Where's my-
we're chanting and singing. on the
Where's
other
my
side.
emperor to overthrow and my princess to marry?
I volunteer as tribute for either role.
What? Very different.
Oh.
So, Fubari, we're gonna start off with this is gonna be a power roll for you
Okay.
because Adesh is helping you. It's going to he's going to act as an asset for you, so it's going to ease it by one step. This is going to be because you've never made a saddle before. We're going to call this a difficulty 5.
Okay.
Yes, Adesh.
Since I specialize in power rolls myself, can I roll a power roll to see if I can provide an additional asset to Fubari?
what additional asset would you be providing? If you can
I
give
really
me
don't
a
know how assets work, so you'll have to tell me.
so basically an asset is basically just
I know
a
it lowers it by
bonus.
one, but like from a lore
It's
perspective,
just
I
a
don't know.
so there's three different ways to lower
Okay.
things. You have assets, which is literally anything. It could be someone helping. It could be a tool that is useful for you. Whatever. It's just a generic you are helping, so we call it an asset. And then the other thing that can happen is skills. If you're either trained or um, proficient or trained in a particular skill, that can lower it as well.
I mean, I have
So-
plenty of useful magic that I could channel through, say, a blade that I'm suddenly proficient with in this tier. That
Okay.
could be very useful in this situation.
All right,
Can
so
Zaraya also assist because she wants to watch Dash's pony play? She's taken a note for Entrell.
maximum you can have
Hello?
2 assets to something.
I wasn't
So-
gonna say it out loud. I'm so glad you did though.
Don't worry, I got you.
Oh my god.
At most, you can have 2 assets.
If I'm already helping, then Zaraya can help too. I'm just gonna leave in real life now.
All right, so between the two of you, we're going to give you 2 assets to that check. So, Fubari, I need you to roll a d20. It's going to be a difficulty 3, so you need to roll above a 9.
All right, we're good. Got a 16.
16. Cool. All right,
That would
so
have beat the power level 5 too.
over
Barely, but
over the next like 2-ish hours, with Adesh and Zaraya's help, you are able to fashion a pretty nice ant saddle. Like it's large enough. Like you even added some saddlebags to it.
of course,
There's-
pockets.
There's an extra
Pockets.
seat on it so that you can actually carry, probably if people are willing to kind of double up, you can probably get easily 4 or 6 people on a single ant if you can find one large enough with this saddle. So you currently have
Might have
a
to upgrade
saddle.
to an uncle.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right,
I'll go.
I present the saddle very proudly to Adesh.
Wow.
Yeah,
I think that you did very good, and it was
thank you.
a privilege to help. How do we mount one of these with this now?
I don't know. There are legends of people riding the ants, but it is a lost art. No one I know has ever done it. So I watch.
Right. Oh yeah, sure.
Good luck.
With my connection to nature, I know I have a skill that helps me identify plants and creatures and wilderness navigation. Is there anything I can do to sort of help connect with the ants? Or I don't know how that would work.
So identifying it.
As friend or foe? You gonna
mean,
eat me or
you
let
can-
me ride you?
You can help Adesh kind of pick a target, like with your ability to kind of identify various fauna. You can help Adesh kind of pick a target that's going to be give him a better chance of having
That one's
a rideable
friend-shaped.
mount.
Yeah, about to say.
you just randomly point to one. It's like, oh, it's that one.
That one.
That one. It winked at me.
I feel like there's a pheromone angle to go at this.
Ooh, there could be.
Really
You've
quickly,
taught us how to smell.
I know Punch's frequent pun card. Here you go. Take another reroll token from Imp.
Thank you.
I think with this saddle, we could use it if we had a big enough ant. We could all hop on board, but getting a ant that will actually work with us is probably more important. So I think those are the two priorities here in ant selection.
I might have missed. Why was getting an ant a priority in the first
I've-
place?
It was
He
not
wants to ride it so we get there faster.
Cool, cool.
so that we can have like a warhorse.
One.
Jesus.
Yeah, but it's like it's huge that we according to Jody we could all fit on it.
And then once
All
we
right.
get to the town, all of us will hop off except for you.
Yes, I am your Minish Messiah. No.
Impressions are important.
They are.
So, yeah, with
Why friendship if not friend?
why friendship if not friend?
Exactly.
Yeah, they can also lift like massive boulders if they wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like 10 times their own weight, isn't it?
Another fun fact about ants: ants do not have a large enough mass to create enough force to actually crush their exoskeleton. So an ant can drop from terminal velocity and survive.
Goals.
Another fun fact about ant is if you squish them, they actually release a help me scent or pheromone that will attract other ants to it. So if you crush an ant in your house, you are basically telling the other ants to come rescue me, come fight this for me. And so you will get more ants in your kitchen.
That explains so
Well,
much about my childhood.
Yeah.
So with Zariah's help, you're able to find a particular ant that, despite the fact that most of the ants look very, very similar, like identifying features on ants, not really an easy thing to do. But you guys are able to find a guard ant that seems to be decent size, and one of the big benefits of it is it's not constantly leaving or going into the anthill, so you can actually track it for more than like a minute or two. And so you can see it.
What since we've been watching ants for 2 hours, what have they been eating?
I mean, we don't see them eating anything, just bringing things.
What are they bringing to eat?
Various uh, various bits of biomatter, basically. So like bits of bread and bits of nuts and just anything that they can bring in for food. Every so often you will see some of them bringing in like fibrous material, other stuff that they might use as building material. But for the most part, it's just food.
Okay. I would like to use some bread-shaped rations and
Okay.
a calm demeanor to try and befriend this guard ant.
All right. So, are you going to go alone? Or are you going to bring friends with you?
I will tell my friends to stay close, but mostly out of sight, so that they do not think I am ganging up on it in any way, shape, or form. It's just one bro bonding with another.
Okay.
Does a Dash often hang out with animals?
Nope.
All right.
Okay, Sarai is going to point out the meanest looking one.
Just
No.
just a key.
So, Adesh, as you are moving closer to it, you have to kind of move and stay out of the way of the various ants that are coming and going from the nest. As you start getting closer and closer, you have your food, right? And that's what you're going to try and lure the guard ant with.
It's an opening conversation starter, yeah.
Okay. It's your aunt. We call it Widowmaker. So as you get Kika closer, why don't you make me a power check to try and kind of persuade this ant?
Cool. What kind?
What kind of what?
What level?
Oh, power level. Probably going to be for this. It's going to be a 6.
Yep. All right. Let's use both of my edges and both of my efforts, which will draw this down to by 4, but take the power level down by 2.
So edge reduces the amount of points you have to spend.
The second effort costs 2, right?
Yes. So we have.
So yeah, that's the 2 edge into the first one, which makes it a 1. The second one is 2, so 3 total, not 4.
Yep. There we go. And so that will reduce the level down to power level 4.
Yeah. And that's, I think, all.
And then if you have any skills that you think would apply to this, you can use that.
Nope.
All right.
Well, let's see. No. Nope. Nope. Okay. Power level 4.
All right.
0 reroll tokens in the bank.
Wait,
if
make
you
a
just
pun.
make a pun.
I don't. Pun.
I'm just going to note that the person who at this point has been shown to be pretty darn good with animals has not been talked about helping with us at all, and she's not volunteered. It's like, oh, I'm very excited to see this. He clearly doesn't need help.
I'm assuming I know probably already has multiple notebooks out and is
yes.
taking.
I'm going to learn so much.
On the second notebook already.
How do coming up with puns on the spot is difficult.
So I want to say that Adesh should sort of get an advantage on this, even though I know there's not an advantage or disadvantage, because he's probably used to riding ants.
I hated that.
God
Oh,
damn.
how did I do that for like 3 years? Oh my god.
That was amazing.
Okay. I
sure
hope my
Stacy's aunt
I sure
has
hope
got it going on.
I sure hope my approach is not too antiquated.
Ah!
Wow!
Wow.
There we go.
Real quick, Soraya, you know why. Less than 3U for that one. Take a reroll token from Imp.
All right,
And
so
we'll
it's 4,
find out
right?
if that was good enough for a reroll token.
I feel like we've punished him enough.
Ah.
Oh, this is such a painful morning. All right, power level 4.
You know what you signed up for.
Oh, hey, that
Become
12.
what you hate. Feel
12
the power.
beats that, right?
12 is exactly what you need
Excellent.
to beat it. So, Adesh, become what you hate. Feel the power. Take a reroll token. Yes, give in to your hatred. It makes you strong.
You underestimate my power.
So, as you're getting closer, you can see this guard ant is just doing his kind of guarding things and goes over and like talks to the other ants and talks to this one, and then shoop, turns towards you, makes himself as big as he can. You wave. Howdy, Bill. It's wiggling its antenna fiercely at you. Starts to move a little bit closer.
Offer up food and back up.
As you back up, you can see it's hesitant a little bit. It doesn't seem to be particularly food motivated.
Okay.
being a guard ant, but it
Plan A.
sees you as a bit of a threat, and so it starts coming a little bit closer. Keeps sniffing you with his, or sniffing towards you with his antenna. You're able to slowly start kind of moving it away. And I'm going to use a GM intrusion. As it is getting closer, you suddenly see the ants themselves, like all of the activity around the hive just kind of stops, and everything starts running into the hive itself.
Wait, did you just say the hive?
Nest, whatever it is, the anthill.
Okay, I was just like, wait a minute.
The dirt.
It's a bug thing.
Okay.
There's a queen in there.
I was very confused for a second.
I was literally just about to say I try to mount the queen, but no, I'm not going to say that.
Oh!
Suddenly you go from having maybe an ant mount to an ant revolution on your hands.
So,
Ants revolution.
so as you are kind of you've gotten this guard ant's attention, despite it not really being that food motivated. You have been able to kind of convince it to move pretty far away, and then suddenly it stops and it kind of starts looking around. And as it turns around, it notices that there are no ants out anymore, and the few remaining guard ants have basically formed a barrier to kind of plug up the anthill. And suddenly you guys can hear this strange kind of repetitive thumping sound. And it gets louder and louder.
The grasshoppers.
And suddenly you see this massive beetle start
That's close.
descending. It's a Gleok. It's a Gleok. You see this massive 3-headed beetle, because why not? Start coming down, and the guards themselves start kind of combating against this giant beetle, but they seem to be vastly outpaced. As this beetle just starts kind of chomping them up. It doesn't seem to have noticed you yet.
Like to position myself quickly in defense of the guard ant I am trying to befriend and viciously attack the beetle.
All right. Well, why don't you guys go ahead and roll me initiative for this then?
Let's turn the tides. Initiative. I think that's, yeah.
Have you frozen, Dottie?
Yep.
She pieced
Cool.
out.
F this shit, I'm out. Mm-hmm.
Well, for the rest of you, you are aiming for this particular creature is going to be a level 5 creature. So you need to, if you roll higher than 15 or lower than 15, and if any of you, I know Fubari specifically has their initiative task eased. That just means you only need to roll a you only need to roll a 12 instead of a 15. There we go. Hi.
Hi.
So
Your frame
let's
froze
start
right
with-
as you were doing this, so we're just like, she pieced out.
I rolled a 2.
cool, awesome. So you'll be going after. Zariah, what do you got for me? Really?
9.
Oh, that was sign language 9.
So you are after as well. Mato?
I will be going before. Natural 19.
Not bad. I know.
12.
All right. So you are. And Adesh.
11.
11. So, wow.
It's just
The
me
only
up
person going
front.
before is Matto. So,
Look, 15
you
is
guys
kinda high,
see,
okay?
you guys see this very large beetle coming down. It starts kind of smashing ants and chewing them, and the hive itself is attempting to defend itself, or the anthill itself is defending to defend. This is a massive beetle, massive three-headed beetle, because why not? So, Matto, what do you
Mutations
want
get
to
weird
do?
when it's wrong.
And as of right now, the prospective mount of Adesh is still alive, but he has been separated from the rest of the ants by this very large beetle. So, what do you want to do?
I'm only gonna be able to do this one action. I'm gonna use a courage point to become big.
Okay. So,
Kaiju battle.
so are you gonna go big or super big?
super big.
Okay, so you guys watch as Matto just starts kind of moving in, and with each step, Matto's foot gets bigger, and then you watch as he just grows and grows and grows up to a towering 12 feet, relatively, easily about a little bit larger than this beetle now, and now that he is very large, he's kind of gotten the beetle's attention, though it's not entirely off of the ants as well. Anything else you want to do, Matto?
I can't attack in this action at the moment, right? Because I did one thing already.
Yeah, that was your action for the turn.
That's it.
Here we
Well-
go and get a scone.
Actually, wait, hold on.
That's not toast.
Do beetles hear things?
There's a bagel with an egg.
Oh, well, it looks very yummy. Yeah, beetles can hear.
Hmm. So I have
To
a
insult its mother or something.
was
No,
gonna
I
say,
have a
vicious
detonation.
mockery.
I cast this in mockery. Not 20. Let's go.
Your carapace makes you look fat.
I have a detonation teardrop, but I don't know what the range is of that, and I don't want to hurt like the ants or everybody else in my party. It's just no.
Well-
I'm gonna stick with it.
Okay. Well, I know. Really quickly, I know. Punch his card. 8 more. You get a free buckler from Bucky's Buckler. Take a
From
reroll token.
Bucky's? Oh my god!
No,
When
this
are we
Buc-ee's-
fighting Bucky's?
This Bucky's has a K.
Oh,
Bucky's
Buc-ee's.
buckler for those who have never buckled their swash.
Okay.
when are we fighting Bucky? From Bucky's.
All right. So
Bucky
the
is our
beetle.
sponsor.
Choose even or odd, Lex. Or Matto.
I am naturally odd, so yes.
All right. So I will give you this choice. Do you want the beetle to focus on you or to ignore you and focus on nomming some more ants?
Let's draw attention.
Okay. By the way, if anyone wants an idea of what this creature looks like,
just
it
find
is
a
an
picture.
anteater scarab beetle.
Oh, I thought you were gonna find a picture of a three-headed beetle.
Well, it is three-headed, and the picture I have is not three-headed, but I found a thing on Montana Public Radio that shows a picture of it, so in the Twitch chat, if you guys want to look at that, you can. That's what we're looking at here. I don't know if it can fly or not, but I'm going to assume it can. Those look like wings on the back.
Oh, see you. Oh, the Twitch chat. I'm blind.
So, I'm sorry, Lex. You wanted it to focus on you, right?
Yes.
All right, then make me a wisdom defense roll. as it comes over, and you can see it kind of plowing through, and it's trying to kind of grasp you in its legs and start kind of chowing down on you.
Am I rolling to beat something specifically?
It's a
Didn't matter. Not sure. I've got a reroll. I'm going to use it.
Okay. It's a level 5 creature, so the difficulty is going to be 5 for everything it does.
I'm so glad I rerolled that. 17 pass.
17. Okay, so the big kind of honking creature comes forward and it starts to kind of dive towards you, and you grab its 2 kind of front legs that is trying to pin you down, and you're now kind of wrestling with it to prevent it from attacking you.
Great. Next roll, I'm going to use the opportunity to suplex the beetle. That'll be for my next turn. And that's the game plan.
All right. Then we're going to go back to, between everyone else, who wants to go next? If I know Adesh, Fubari, and Zariah.
I thought the
I don't
beetle
have
went.
The beetle did go. It tried to nom on Mato.
I knew that.
I got a 12.
Yeah, I think Ino's next.
Okay.
Is its wings still fluttering at all?
They're currently underneath its carapace. It's no longer flying.
Okay. I want to try and get behind it.
It's really big.
I know.
So, if you want to get behind it, that would be your action for the turn. Or
That's fine.
unless you want to use your ride the lightning thing, because I can
shit.
go.
Forgot. Is that an action then? Or is that just movement? Bolt Rider.
I believe it is an action to do, but
I'll just do the movement. I'm gonna
Okay.
save Bolt Rider for when I need it, and that's okay.
so because it is a long to the distance, I am going to need either a wisdom roll or a courage roll to see if you can get there fast enough.
Okay. I just had that D20. Where did it go? And what am I beating?
15.
Awesome. That was a 16.
16. Cool, yeah. So you guys watch as Ino just kind of sees everything going on. She instantly puts her notebook in her pocket and just bolts down, almost literally. And Mato, you lose track of her as she goes behind the creature. Who wants to go next? I think all the rest of you guys did like single-digit rolls. I didn't
did
write down the
11.
rolls. I just wrote whether you went before or after.
Shax had a 9. Thought he had a 2. I don't remember what Elias had.
I had 11.
No, there you go.
So I guess that means me next.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I forgot that the sound would still play for alerts, but they wouldn't actually show during that. Thank you for the raid. Okay. Yes, I would. So I'm between the beetle and the ant.
The ant is in between you and the beetle.
Cool. I'm gonna flip that around.
Okay. You're
Take
going
a
to protect
defensive-
your ant
I'm
friend.
gonna protect the ant who is still sizing me up. And yeah, let's. This beetle's basically on top of the mound, right? So I probably shouldn't use reality destroying fire.
Well, didn't it turn and try to get Mato? Because Motto wasn't.
Oh,
close
I don't
to
know.
the
Is it on
mound.
top of the mound, Jody?
It's a little bit further away now because it turned towards Motto, but Motto kind of ran towards it and got bigger as he ran. So it's still close to the anthill.
In my informed opinion, could I hurt it with Shadow Flame without it touching the ant mound?
It's large enough that as long as you hit it, you think you won't have any danger of also hitting anything else. The
Okay.
only problem that you found with Shadow Flame thus far is that once it starts burning, it doesn't tend to stop.
Yeah, stop.
So once it finishes consuming the beetle, you don't know what else to do, and you don't currently have someone with a shadow snuffer.
Shadow Snuffer?
Yes, that's what I did at the training grounds. I
Oh.
made a giant snuff.
Oh. How far am I from the beetle at this point?
Say a short range.
Short range.
Do we think it's John, Paul, George, or Ringo?
Pete Best. It's why he's so angry. Because he was a silver beetle, but he never made it to like the Beatles.
Would I be able to get within immediate range? Or is that too far?
You can, as your action, you can move a short distance, or as part of another action, you can move an immediate distance. So if you want to get within, if you want to get close enough to like melee attack it, that's going to take your action this
Yeah.
turn.
All right. I will get as close as I can without using an action, and then I will use. All right. How do I use elemental charge with this weapon again? The weapon. So elemental charge is usually short distance, which I should be able to hit. But I think with the weapon, does that make it immediate distance? I don't know.
No, it's just effectively it's cast from your sword.
Oh,
So
okay. So,
yeah, your sword is effectively your implement. So you can use it within an immediate distance, or you can use it within a short distance the
Okay.
same way. It's cast from your sword instead of your hand.
All right. I figured it was something like that. I just
Mhm.
couldn't see the.
Real quick, I know we should upgrade you to our platinum membership. You're here so often. Take a reroll token.
Yay!
For those of you that just arrived, one of the things we do here on Tears of the Realms is our channel points can be used to interact with the game. And Imp, one of our regular viewers, has decided every time somebody says a pun, he's going to give them a reroll token. So that's where this stuff is coming from. And if you stay tuned, you can also give things like reroll tokens and player intrusion tokens and other fun things that makes their lives more fun. So that being said, Adesh, what are you doing?
I'm using regular fire elemental charge on the beetle from where I am.
So, to clarify, the Shadow Flame has replaced your regular fire.
I am using not fire. I am using.
You have any other element type you want, you can totally use, but fire is now
My
Shadow
bad.
Flame.
No, I totally forgot. It's written here. I just forgot. Ice is good against flying and bugs, so
Sure,
let's go with
absolutely.
ice. Sure, Pokemon logic applies to made-up miniatures.
Of course, Pokemon logic is completely sound. I mean, it's based on science.
I'm gonna. It's power level 5, right? I'm gonna use.
Mhm.
Yeah, why not? I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna burn 3 points and use 2 effort again.
Okay.
Take it down to a 3. I'm gonna re-roll that with the Cool, didn't help.
If I could give you one of my rerolls, I would.
I know, but someone likes the rest
Just
of the cast
make it-
members a lot more than me.
Just make a couple puns. That's all you got to do.
That's why I know they like you more than me.
No, if
Elias
that was the
is-
case, they'd tell us to do
Elias
a
has a
musical.
staunchly anti-pun.
So what'd you
Yeah,
get?
I would really love to not have to beetle around the bush. for
Hey!
The desperation is evident.
Yeah, it is.
You're just watching him slowly lose his soul.
Him probably watched that and went, "Ugh, fine.
I don't know. We'll find out in 2 to 6 seconds. I first rolled a 4 and decided, I will re-roll this because does not beat power level 3.
Adesh,
And
can hear
then-
your pain, love it, take a reroll token.
I rolled a 5,
Oh my god.
which was 1 higher, but still not enough. So then I made a punt to get another reroll, and that reroll is 14.
14's enough. So, as you guys watch, Adesh lunges forward. He draws his scimitar. Sorry, I got something in my eye, and it is killing me.
Pun dust.
Death. No.
It's exactly what it is. Pun dust. Fun pun dust. You guys watch as Adesh rushes forward as he draws his scimitar, and you watch as the blade of the scimitar starts to kind of shine in the sunlight, and you start noticing these little ice crystals forming on it. And as he goes forward, he swings it, and this blade of ice just kind of lifts itself off of the scimitar and goes flying over and smacks into the large beetle, causing it to kind of roar out in beetle pain, but it is still upright. How much damage does that do?
That does 4 damage.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, well, it cost me
All right.
extra PowerPoint that I forgot, so... Yep.
Zariah, what you want to do?
Well, now it's covered in frost, right?
It's got bits of frost on it.
Okay, fantastic. So then I'm going to hit it in the opposite way because mixing cold and hot is a fantastic idea. It likes to shatter things, so I'm going to throw some seeds of fury at it.
Okay. So remember, guys,
That's what it's called.
start with cold, then heat.
Yes.
Totally.
All right. So go ahead and make your attack roll. Again, difficulty 15.
18.
18 definitely
Oops,
hits. So you guys watch as Zariah watching Adesh throw his kind of frozen blade at this creature. Zariah just kind of leans down and picks up a few seeds and is tossing them a little bit. And as she tosses them, one of them catches on fire, then another one, and then another one. And she spins and kind of backhands. And you see this flurry of seeds go forth and land as little kind of explosions on this large beetle. How much damage did it do?
3, and then it's on fire, so it's 1 extra damage per round.
Okay, so now the beetle is on fire. This beetle's on fire. Anything else you want to do with your turn? I think that's all you can do. So,
Yep.
It brings us to Fubari. What would you like to do, Fubari?
I would like to unmute my mic.
Good start.
Roll for unmute.
Okay.
Oh, looks like a Windows update has changed your driver. Sorry.
I would like to take the fish hook that I have in my pocket
Okay.
and the what do you call it? Fishing line,
Okay.
and attach those together so I have a hook on a string.
Okay.
I would like to aim for like the mouth parts. I'm assuming they have something that's like similar to Choliceré, where it's like these little hooky mouth parts.
Cool.
I'd like to like try to throw it and wrap it around one of the mouth parts. And are there like trees or anything around where we
Wait.
are?
So the anthill is in the middle of a clearing.
Uh-huh.
A little bit away, there's grass and stuff around you guys, mushroom or two. But as far as where the beetle is right now, there's no
Mhm.
foliage.
Is this going to
Okay.
change? Can we ride the beetle instead?
And if you guys want to go that route, you might want to put it out first.
I was about to suplex it.
Like, she just made a brittle, so.
So I am going to need you to make me. I'll let you choose either courage or wisdom.
Let's do wisdom.
Okay.
And I would
Uh,
like to add an effort.
Okay. So that'll cost you 3 wisdom points minus whatever your wisdom edge is.
Wisdom edge. Is 1, so 2.
Yeah. So that'll only cost you 1 wisdom point. And that'll mean instead of a 15, you have to hit a 12.
All right. 16.
16. Yeah, definitely. So you guys watch, and your goal with this is to kind of wrap up the mouth, or are you trying to do damage?
I'm like trying to wrap up the mouth, kind of hook it so that the jaw parts can't move as well.
Makes sense. Cool. Yeah. So definitely, you guys watch as Fubari starts moving forward and starts kind of digging into random pockets. And she reaches behind her into a pocket on her back, and she brings out this decently large fish hook. And you watch her; she just starts pulling out string, and it just seems like the string is not ending for a while. And as she's running forward, she ties it, and then like full on like cowboy lasso, she's like, shoom, and she throws it, and you watch as it catches the mouth part that Dottie totally said, and I remember the word, but I don't want anyone else
I
to feel
don't think
bad.
they're actually chelicerae, but they're like little hooky parts.
Sorry, they're called what? The what?
I know
And,
what those mandibles.
Mandibles. Okay, that works.
And it hooks on the mandible, and you watch as Fubari just starts pulling it back, and you watch as the creature, who is getting closer and closer to kind of chomping on Mado, now has like half of its mouth unable to chomp. Yeah, so I guess that's your turn. Moves us back up to Mado. The bug that you are wrestling is currently on fire, cold, and has a hook in its mouth. What do you want to do?
I'd like to try to suplex this.
Okay.
Suplex that beetle.
It's not quite a train, but it's close.
It's the closest I'm gonna get.
It's going to be a power check. Or not power, I'm sorry, courage check. It'll be a difficulty level 5.
Hold on, I need to re-remember. It's been a long time, so I need to remember how using effort is. I think it gives me 1 point, so I spend less points, right?
So, effort, you can apply a level of effort, and that will reduce the difficulty by 1 level for every level of effort you spend. Edge reduces the amount of points that you have to spend in order to do anything on a single roll. So for power, let me bring up your character sheet real quick.
Well,
here.
I'm doing it's am I doing power or am I doing
or courage, I'm
courage.
sorry. You're doing courage.
I really hope my stats are correct. I don't know where my stats are. Or like, I know
Fine.
I don't know where they were before because I don't think I've ever done a recovery roll.
So, courage. You don't have an edge, so if you want to do you can do a maximum of 2 levels of effort. So if you wanted to reduce it from difficulty 5 to difficulty 3, it would cost you 5 power points. Does that make sense?
Yep. I'm gonna, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna use the effort enhancer. I really want this to work.
Oh, and actually, when you are enlarged, you actually add 2 to your courage edge.
Oh.
So that would mean if you put 2 levels of effort, it would only cost you 3 points instead of 5.
Sure. I'll do that and then get so I don't need to use my effort enhancer then.
You could if you wanted to.
Nah. We'll save it. But I will spend it to do 2 levels of effort because I really want to suplex this beetle.
All right, so you need a 9 or higher.
Come on. 14. This beetle's getting suplexed.
Definitely. So,
Woo!
what do you want to happen when you use Sister Suplexes? Just basically to pin it to the ground? Do you want to do damage to it? What's your end goal of this suplex?
Oh, I didn't think I would get this far.
I didn't plan
like
for
the dogs
success.
chasing cars. So you didn't know
I
what
know
it's
I was
going to happen if I
but
caught
just
it.
Caught it. I do things. Zariah, you set the beetle on fire, right? You're muted.
Nodding your
I
head.
did.
Does that do persistent damage?
It does, yes.
So maybe not do it in a way. Can I give it damage, but still not like douse
Sure.
the flame?
So
I still wanted to take the persistent damage and not like.
So my question to you is very basic. From a mechanical standpoint, do you want to grapple this or do you want to hurt it? Do you want to do damage or do you want to apply a status effect to it effectively? Because you've succeeded, so you get to do what you want, but I just don't know if you're trying to make it more difficult to move or you're trying to actually hurt it.
Let me quickly look at the grapple rules just so I know how that kind of works. So like, because they can grapple out, they could roll out of that, right? Or am I mistaken?
There are no grapple rules.
Oh, so when you're grappled, you're just kind of stuck there?
It's all narrative based. So
Okay,
if
great.
they were to attempt to
Grappled.
get out, it would be, again, I don't roll in this game.
That's right, you
It
don't.
would be a defensive
yeah, no, we're
roll from
grappling.
you.
We're grappling.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, we're
sure.
grappling.
So you guys watch as Adesh, now that the thing is here, actually kind of twists around and gets his arm around the head part of the beetle and just kind of gets it in like a headlock and is just kind of wrestling it down to the ground as the flames are burning and there's cold things going on and
Beetle,
Pecos
stay right there where you are.
Fubari is lassoing one of its mandibles and it's the creature's turn. The creature is not enjoying this.
Really? What? That's crazy.
And it's starting to get the feeling that the deck is stacked against it.
You started
So-
it, bro.
You guys see the back portions of the carapace lift up, and two sets of wings start beating rapidly as it starts trying to lift off the ground. I would like both Mado and
What the fuck?
Fubari to roll me courage checks to see if you can kind of hold on to it and keep it from flying away.
I'm gonna use a reroll for that.
Same. I rolled a 1. We're gonna reroll. I'm using my reroll token.
That was only marginally better and not enough. I didn't happen to just get a fun pun reroll token, right? No? Okay. I got a 9.
Same.
Okay.
Damn it.
So as you guys are both trying to hold this
But
down,
they get an asset
you-
because it's on fire, right?
Oh yeah, do we?
no,
That would not have
making
helped.
stuff
Good
up.
try.
I'm just making stuff up, hoping.
it's a good try. So both of you guys are holding on to it, and as the beetle starts to kind of lift off, so do you. And now you are both about 30 feet in the air, holding on to this beetle. One of you still has it in a headlock, and Fubari, you're just kind of dangling. You're only about 10 feet off the ground because you got a lot of rope there, but you're still kind of dangling on the end of your
Jody?
string. Yes,
I would like to use a player intrusion token, please.
absolutely. What would you like to do with your player intrusion token?
As it's rising, since I was behind it and waiting for those darn wings to lift so that there's
Sure.
a nice, cushy shot under the carapace, I want to, with one of my magic marbles.
All right. Let's start off with, why don't you roll in the magic marble table and see what you get?
I love how essentially her player intrusion is just taking an additional action out of turn.
That's,
Wait,
It was
I
about
mean, you
to
could
be
totally
my
do
turn.
that.
hold
Yeah,
on. If I
I mean-
suplex it, wouldn't the wings be coming up from underneath? Wouldn't that be harder?
And yet it persisted.
You rolled a 9, so even
Yeah,
with an
that's fair.
asset.
Okay, you know what? That's fair.
Quick question. What are the limits of player intrusion tokens?
None.
Effectively, you become the GM for a sentence.
Okay.
Where
So
did I put my marbles? I've lost my marbles.
it's under the collection
There it is.
to
Okay,
detect.
there we go.
So what you're
I don't
saying
know why I always forget it's over
is
here.
that if I used all 17 of my player intrusion tokens at once, I could GM for like a solid 2 minutes.
I actually might re-roll that
Okay,
because I've got a lot. Why not use them?
go for it. You've been punning it up.
They're both books. Ugh.
Knowledge
I mean, that
power.
is kind of your thing.
I know, but it's not gonna hurt. All right, I'll do it one more time.
Get an end table again. That was fun.
They're all small. God damn it. Okay.
Well, an incorrectly
You know what?
wound.
We are
And-
small.
I feel like I can use that.
Okay,
I feel like I can use that more. All right, so
so you guys watch as I know very quickly.
question.
Sure.
When it grows, is it the size it should be? Since it's not a minish bobbin?
We have, I believe we've asked this and answered this question before, where it is relative to you.
Dang it. Okay.
The laws of relativity in the Minish tier are wild.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
So you guys watch as Ino comes forward and she pulls a bead out, and as
Because we're
she
in the wild.
shoots it, it turns into this strange kind of wheel-looking thing with thread going in random places. It looks to be a very poorly wound baba, complete with thread. So if that
Do
gives you
I-
ideas.
roll for that attack?
Yes, I'll let you choose wisdom or courage for the attack roll.
So it's a bobbin with a bunch of thread, and where is it located now?
Well-
I'm shooting it literally under the carapace of the wings, so like at the base of the wings. So that could technically, if I roll this really well, maybe get really tangled in the wings and make it come back down.
Very possibly.
Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. Oh wait, what am I beating?
15.
Okay. So I'm pulling from wisdom because it's my bigger pool. And I got 17.
17. Yeah, definitely. So you guys watch as this bobbin, incorrectly wound bobbin, goes flying, and you watching as the thread starts coming off of it in strange clumps and things like that. And I know, as you sat there and you saw it going up, you're like, I know. And you take it out, and you were firing right for the base of the wings, hoping it would be something big and heavy. And instead, it turned to this bobbin. You're like, oh, that's no fun. And then you watch as the string keeps getting bigger and longer and longer, and you go, wait a minute. And you watch as these wings that are beating feverishly fast suddenly start going as you kind of wrap the base of the wings in this weird bobbin thread mishap thing. And both Mato and Fubari suddenly feel the effects of gravity start working again as this large creature starts falling out of the air. We're going to say it's going to take another 2 points of damage from just falling.
Is it falling hard enough where I also get damaged in this process, or am I good?
This is a player intrusion token, so I'm not going to punish you guys.
Yay! Thank you, Kiri!
Welcome.
Woo!
So now that is done, I know now it is
Now Ino's
actually
turn.
your turn.
Well, me? Oh. Oh, great. I love it.
You shouldn't have.
Oh my god.
Just for me. I'm so shocked. All right.
Get on top. Here's your electricity.
Right. I can't use that right now because I am not possessed by the Eki, and that is all right.
Yet.
I'm not in danger.
Possessed by.
I mean, to
is
to be
causing
honest,
danger.
Aki is probably rather pleased with what I know has done thus far.
Aki is
so.
watching, going, "Heh, nice."
All right, I'm going
I've
to
trained her
slingshot
well.
again. Probably with a. Did the first slingshot also do damage of? I know I only do 2 with that thing, but. I wasn't-
That was the damage it took from falling. So
Okay, cool.
yeah,
So it's-
I don't think the
With
bobbin,
the bobbin?
itself,
No, that's fair.
because it's too big a creature for a bobbin to have hurt it.
And then I'm going to hit it with just a normal marble.
Okay.
With my slingshot and just.
All right, go ahead and make another attack roll. Again, difficulty 15.
So since it tried to get away, it did take a point of damage, correct?
Oh, I forgot about that. It did take a point of damage now because it's on fire.
Yes.
Meets beats, right?
Meets beats, yep.
I'll take it. Yeah, so I got a 15.
Okay, so yeah, you guys watch as now the creature's down. Is there a particular area you're aiming on the?
Oh, I'm still
creature?
aiming. If its wings are all like tangled up, like there's just a big soft spot under there now. So it's just like.
Oh yeah, so you're just okay, cool.
So I'm just
Yeah.
hitting the opening I have created. Like, nah.
So you can see the kind of caps that go over the wings keep trying to close to kind of protect its soft, not really underbelly, overbelly, whatever it is. And they can't because the wings are all kind of tied up and screwed up. And as it's kind of sitting there and you're getting kind of hit with these blasts of wind as it keeps trying to close it, you eventually kind of time it and you can see this little kind of burst of bug blood kind of could come out, or whatever bugs are filled with. Liquid, sure.
Yes.
It's looking pretty rough. Adesh, what do you want to do?
Well, I was going to try to lightning strike one of its wings, but the wing situation seems under control, so I'm just going to try to lightning strike its burning carapace.
Okay.
So, yeah, same thing, same Alright, that is going to be 4 total.
What do we got?
Wing rolled a 5? Does that count as a pun?
No.
But it was like we. Okay. What I meant to say was, uh, is that this beetle won't be flying anywhere anytime soon.
To beetle or not to beetle.
Everyone else is making better puns than Elias can. This is amazing.
But
I'm
was
gonna
it a
say that
pun?
misses.
Okay.
Hold on.
There's a
Adesh,
pity give.
this is a pity give. Take a reroll token. You guys can fail every so often. It's not the worst thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, it's just damage. All right. Yeah.
No, but
a
it's funny
7.
because now
I-
Elias
It's not the
has to
worst
try.
thing, but I really don't care for sausage, so.
I see what you did there.
I missed.
Cool. So, you guys watch as Adesh kind of sticks his scimitar up in the air, and you watch as this bolt of lightning comes streaking down and just barely misses it, scorching the ground and then next to it. That brings us to Zariah.
As long as it looked impressive to the ants, that's all I care about.
I know. Would you be interested in buying stock? Take a reroll token. Tyr is
Sorry.
never going to miss a roll ever again.
Nope.
So, Zara, what you got?
All right. Well, because Zaraya doesn't really want to get close to it, and she doesn't really have much except her nature abilities. She's gonna throw some more seeds.
Okay.
I just love how disgusted you sound every time you bring up nature.
I used to
Part
be
of
super
Zaraya's
cool and would
character.
control darkness, and now I'm a flower child.
And now I'm connected to nature. Considerably less fun. 19.
19 definitely hits. What's the damage again?
3 points of damage and an additional 1 point of damage per round.
All right. So you guys watch as Zariah takes another kind of grouping of seeds, and it goes, and this time it lands underneath the shell that's trying to that. And as the shell keeps trying to kind of flap it down, it fans these flaming seeds into a large roaring bonfire. And you see the giant bugs start to kind of freak out and slowly kind of burn down into nothingness until it is a shell of its former self.
Very nice.
I hate it here.
You started this.
I did not factually start this.
I believe you specifically mentioned dad jokes this morning, so we can blame
You're
you.
the one who started them. And then Imp was like, I'm going
You
to
mentioned
reward every pun.
And we're like, yay!
Yeah.
So you guys see the beetle kind of roasting and just smoldering in front of you. The
Look at that. It's cooked beetle meat, prime for the ants to...
Yeah, the ants are having a barbecue. The guardian ant that you protected, Adesh, seems to have taken a liking to you. And with a little bit of effort and work, you are able, with Fubari's help, you are able to saddle it, and you all now have an ant mount that you can ride. And
All right.
I would like to loot the beetle.
sure, what kind of thing you can get? Like beetles have like all these hooks and stuff on their legs.
Yes,
that
I
help
would
them
like all the
climb.
like pointy bits and
That's a lot of
Sure,
stuff that I can potentially fit in a pocket.
absolutely. So you get you get kind of a I don't know, like chest-sized chunk of carapace that you keep, and then you also get a bunch of like hooks and prongs and other things from the limbs of the creature.
Sick. Thank you.
All right. So using your new ant mount, you guys are able to cut your travel time in half, and it only takes you a little over a day to get to the edge of the city, which means you all get a 10-hour rest, so you can refill everything up to full. However, due to the fact that my eye is freaking out on me right now, that is where we are going to end it for today. As always, if you missed any of this, we do have all of the episodes of Tears of the Realms here on twitch.tv/Zelda Universe TV. Just go to the videos tab and you can watch the entire adventure there. Otherwise, again, that is all for us today, and we will see you guys next time. All right. Bye-bye.